morning, children. In the previous class, I told you about the Delhi Sultans. Then today we shall be starting with the new chapter, the Mughal Empire. In the last, when we were discussing the chapter, I told you about Mughals. They ruled Delhi for nearly 200 years. Now the question arises, who were Mughals? So children, Mughals, they were descendants of two great lineages of rulers. That is, they were descendants of two rulers from the father side and from the mother side. From the mother side, they were descendants of Genghis Khan. And from their father side, they were the successors of Taimur. So from the mother side, they were descendants of Genghis Khan, and from the father side, they were descendants of Taimur. Then, who all rulers came to our country? Who all rulers, the Mughal rulers, ruled in Delhi? So today, we are going to start with the fourth chapter of history, the Mughal Empire. And first of all, we will study in detail about who were Mughals. Then, we are going to study about the different Mughal emperors and the years from which to which they ruled, and also their relations with other rulers. So let's start with the explanation.
So children, I was telling you about the great Mughal Empire. The Mughals, they created an empire and accomplished it to a greater heights in quite a short period of time. From the later half of the 16th century, they expanded their kingdom from Agra and Delhi until in the 17th century they controlled nearly all of the subcontinent. So first of all, children, we shall discuss who were Mughals. Again and again I was telling you about the Mughal Empire. So let's now study who were Mughals. Mughals, they were the descendants of Taimur and Genghis Khan. So from the mother side, they were descendants of Genghis Khan, the Mongol ruler who ruled over parts of China and Central Asia. And children, from their father's side, they were the successors of Taimur, the ruler of Iran, Iraq and the modern day Turkey. And the Mughals did not like to be called Mughal or Mongols. So the Mughals were they were proud of their Taimurid ancestry. Not because of their great ancestor that captured Delhi in 1398, but they celebrated their kingdom, they celebrated their popularity. And children, Babur was the founder of Mughal Empire. And Mughals, can you imagine, they ruled over India from 1526 to 1857. And Babur, he was the first, and Bahadur Shah Zafar, he was the last emperor of the Mughal dynasty. So let's have a quick look at the Mughal Empire and their classic period, that is from the first ruler to the last. So first was Babur. He ruled from 1526 to the year 1530. Then after Babur came Humayun. He ruled from December 1530 to May 1540, and then again from 1555 to 1556. After Humayun came Akbar. He ruled from 1556 to the year 1605. After Akbar was Jahangir. He ruled from the year 1605 to 1627. Then Shah Jahan, 1627 to 1658, and Aurangzeb 1658 to March 1707, and after Aurangzeb came Bahadur Shah Zafar. So children, we will start from Babur. The Mughal Empire, it was founded by Babur, and his full name was Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur. He founded the Mughal Empire after his victories at the Battle of Panipat in the year 1526 and the Battle of Khanwa. And children, this is a portrait of Babur, Baburnama. Have you any guesses what is Baburnama? In Baburnama is a book in which his memoirs were written. That is all about his sweet memories, his battle, and everything about him was written. And this is the picture of the first battle of Panipat on the 21st of April, which fought on 21st of April 1546. And do you know, children, with whom this battle was fought? It was fought between Babur and the Lodi Empire. And just now we were talking about the Battle of Plassey and the Battle of Khanwa. So the Battle of Khanwa was fought near the village of Khanwa, and this village is near about 60 kilometers west of Agra, and it was fought in the year 1527. And this was fought between Babur after it was fought by the first Mughal Emperor Babur just after the Battle of Panipat. And after Babur came Humayun. And children, Humayun divided his inheritance according to the will of his father. And children, his brothers, they were each given a province. And Humayun was born on 17th March 1508 in Kabul, Afghanistan. And in this picture you can very well see that Babur is celebrating the birth of Humayun in the Cheher Bagh of Kabul. Now what all works he did? Humayun's, this is a tomb in Delhi, Humayun's tomb in Delhi. Humayun conquered Punjab, Delhi and Agra, and reoccupied the throne of Delhi after an interval of 15 years. And do you know how he died? Humayun slipped and fell down the stairs and fractured his skull. And then he was carried to the palace, and finally on 26th of January 1556 he died. Now after Humayun came Akbar. Akbar was, children, just 13 years old when he became emperor, and you know his ruling was divided into 3 periods. The first period was from the year 1556 to 1517. The second period was from 1570 to 1585. And the third period was from between 1585 to 1605. And his full name was Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, but popularly he was known as Akbar, which means the Great. He was born on 1542. In 1556, Humayun died just months after he retook Delhi, and Akbar ascended the Mughal throne just I have told you at the age of 13, and he became Shehenshah, which means King of Kings. And these were some of the masterpieces, some of the great monuments which was built by him at his time. One is Agra Fort in the year 1565, Lahore Palace in 1572, Fatehpur Sikri, Buland Darwaza, Allahabad Fort, these were built during Akbar's time. Now, after Akbar came Jahangir, and he ruled from the year 1569 to 1627, and his name was Nuruddin Muhammad Salim, and his imperial name was Jahangir. And Jahangir, he was the eldest surviving son of Mughal Emperor Akbar, and he was declared successor to his father from an early age. So, after his father's death, as a successor, he came on the throne and he became the Mughal emperor. Akbar has to hastily return to Agra and restore order. And children, there was a time when Akbar thought of putting his eldest grandson Khusrau Mirza on the throne instead of Salim. So, he didn't want to put Salim on the throne, but instead he wanted to put his grandson Mirza on the throne. And after Jahangir came Shah Jahan. His full name was Shahabuddin Muhammad Shah Jahan. And children, he was born on 5th January 1594, and he was the 5th Mughal emperor of India, and he was known as Shah Jahan I. He assumed the Mughal throne on 24th January 1628 in Agra, a few days just after the death of Jahangir. And it was at his command that the Taj Mahal was built in Agra in memory of his favorite wife Mumtaz Mahal. I think everyone is familiar why and where Taj Mahal, the great Taj Mahal, was built. So, it was built by Shah Jahan in memory of his favorite wife Mumtaz Mahal. Then came Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb, he was Shah Jahan's 6th son, and children, he was born on 24th of October 1618 at Dohad in Madhya Pradesh. So, children, Aurangzeb was born in Madhya Pradesh only, and you know what he did? He took his own father as prisoner. So, he kept his own father as a prisoner. And what is this? It's Aurangzeb seated on the peacock throne. So, this is a peacock throne on which Akbar was seated. And this is what we see in this picture. It's Shah Shuja, Aurangzeb and Murad Baksh in their younger years. So, these were the three brothers at their younger age in the year 1637. And now finally came Bahadur Shah Zafar too. His name was, his real name actually I should say is Mirza Abu Zafar Sirajuddin Muhammad Shah Zafar. But he was known as Bahadur Shah Zafar, and he was born in Delhi. And Bahadur Shah Zafar, he was the last Mughal emperor and a member of the Timurid dynasty. He was the son of Akbar II and Lal Bai, and she was a Hindu Rajput. He became the Mughal emperor when his father died. So, children, this is all about the great Mughal emperors at the time when Mughal Empire ruled over Delhi and other parts of India. I hope, children, till now you might be remembering the names of the emperors, the Mughal emperors in their chronological order. So, this is all for today. You read the chapter till here. You read about the great Mughal emperors. And now I want to end my today's lesson with a famous quote by famous personality Mahatma Gandhi. He said, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." So what did it mean? It means that you should be the change, you should be the beginner of the change that you wish to see in the world. That is, you should start with the change what you expect from the world. So children, till then, stay humble, work hard, be kind and safe and study. That's all for today. Thank you.